Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. Link's in there if you want to jump in. Let me get the chat open. That's not really studio. Here's me. Hey, there we go. Oh man, it's not a. Hey there. Oh man. Let's see. I just need to pop the chat out. Thank you. I can kill that now. Let's go to StreamYard, edit. I don't have the. Hey! Hollywood. Hollywood and Ape. This is my new toy, guys. I'm kind of excited. Woo! I've got some of these somewhere, and if I can help it and not have to cut these off, that would be handy. I haven't looked for them though, but I know that they're in here. I've got a whole yak of them. TNC time. TNC time. I do have a little issue with my LEDs are all bent. I don't know if you can see that. It really sucks. Hollywood, can you jump in here with me? So I'm not just talking to myself. I need to open up my Discord. It's not open. Is there any reason to have my chat popped out since I see it all right there at StreamYard? Doesn't seem like it. Unless you want to do that fancy at stuff. Discord. Yes. Shame. He did not have his Discord open. I'm gonna need a soldering iron over here. I need power. I got power. I've got power. Dun, dun, dun. Mirror spinner ball, y'all. 12 volts at 500 milliampers. Does it say it on the board here? No. Somebody's been here. Right here. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, that's right at my power input. I did not even notice that. Oh, geez. All right. So anyway, I got to move my mouse when I start moving this about. But yeah, right here. something got cooked. Oh, wow. Man. Let's find out what the shit this thing is, I guess. If it's even necessary. Well, whatever it is, it's an open circuit now. Am I live still? You guys see me, right? I just managed to leave my own studio. Oh, look, there's markings under there. You are back. 2. It says 2. Oh, this PakRat has so much character. It's been dropped, bent, blown up. Somebody robbed the damn front IC chip. Look, there used to be an IC chip right there. Somebody stole it. That's what my grandpa with stage 4 dementia, he used to run around the hills and go, "Somebody's stealing all my stuff." Turns out grandpa was just hiding everything. Okay. I wonder if that thing's necessary, if that's not just like some kind of filtering cap. Oh, that USB thingy, Tio just said, should have given me a heads up. Uh-oh. Now I'm in trouble for not heads upping. What'd he say? I would have joined you. The link is in the description. Ta-da. Just for you. Just for you. Shit. Struggling so hard. Maybe I need a beer. My poor laptop's not hanging all that hard anymore. What you saying, Tio? What you got? Hey, it's Prep Hand Paul. Jump in, Paul. What's show mean? Show? Show hi. Oh, that's how I show. Hey, that's neat. I mean, I didn't know it was, so I already made execute other things. Ah, it's okay. Why in the hell didn't you two notify me on your stream? Because I didn't notify YouTube that I was doing it. I just pulled the trigger. So the question is, do you want to hang out with Ziggy or not? There's a link. There's a link in the description. Don't leave me to my thoughts. Bad things will happen. Last time the power went out. Oh yeah, this is a nice long one. All right, so let's get an idea here of why we blew up. Where's my pointer? He went from here. Is that? Just gonna come in here. Ground, common ground bus all the way across. Here's where it's gonna get interesting later on. We're gonna find these guys. Individual. Ooh, look at this. There's traces cut here. What the dog shit? I've been sabotaged. You're shitting me. You guys see that? I think it's all the zoom I get. Right there. Right there. Those have got to be going to my radio pins, right? Yeah. So common ground. There's a path through for pin 1. Pin 1's running off too, but these 3. And then they all go through jumpery doos. Why are we cutting the backside of the traces on the jumpery doos? Oh. Look at all this software. Am I gonna know if it powers up? That's a good question. I'll watch as I set it all back up. My alpha antenna mag loop has died on me too. Gotta troubleshoot that. Oh man, you got serious problems. Yeah. Let's see. My POTA failed today. I'm resetting my identifier, reconnecting my surface. Prep Ham's telling Ape I was giving you all a chance to leave before I made my grand entrance. Does this tell me? Wait, what's the output? Output 12 volts AC. Let's not use this. Oh, there's the laptop. Oh, 5 volts. Where's all the 12 volt stuff? Where's it all hiding? It doesn't even take much. I think that this would do it. Yeah, 12 volts at 500 milliamps. I just need a smart person to help me troubleshoot the alpha capacitor box. I am not an alpha hater, despite what you may have heard. This should be 12 fucking volts. At a measly 500 milliamperes. All right, ready? I guess you can't see the business end of what's about to happen here. Power is going to be here. Oh, it should have been on. Okay, well, it detects a load. That's not a bad thing. I think it needs more juice. Let me go get a bigger power supply. What are you doing here? Converting to packet device, fixing, destroying. I'm going to destroy some stuff in the wake. But we're going to add this cool thing. In fact, I want to plug it in now. Where's my little extension? Let's see what it does. I saw blankety blues. Let's see if Windows cares anymore to talk to it. No. Get a little boot up, giddly doot, and Windows sees it immediately. So that's great. Let's see what it's doing here. No, it's already done. Yeah. All right. I'll have to look up what these do. I don't mind directly soldering. It would be nice to keep those. And like I said, I know I've got those little connectors here somewhere, but my daughter is absolutely in love with them because they're all the colors. Good little look around, looky do. I have to stand up. You're an admin, Ape. Oh, there's Hollywood. Hey, I didn't know.
Hallelujah.
Lost in my own world. How's it going, Hollywood?
It's going well.
Gotcha. Time is it? 9 o'clock? Boy, it's early. What you getting into?
StreamYard. Helping a friend.
Helping a friend.
That's right. How's my audio? Am I okay? Am I modulating all right?
Oh man, it's that's broadcast
good
broadcast stuff right there.
Because I have no VU meter here. On StreamYard. I can't see, so
Yeah. I am looking for a 12-volt power source.
So what was the part that was burned up?
It looked like one of those ceramic disc capacitors. Mm-hmm. And it looks like it's in parallel with this power input. Oh, I can't be for certain though.
Can you zoom in on it? Get a tight shot. Truck in.
Let's see. It's the focusing that is my big part. So this camera is actually meant for really close up stuff. So it looks
Okay,
like
so yeah, and you clipped it out.
I just disintegrated when
Mhm.
I touched it. Yeah,
Yep.
it just came all to pieces. I don't think it's a critical part, but it looks like it might pass through on the other side. It looks like it might bridge from one to the other. I can't be for certain though. Looks like we come in, go across, bridge
Shine
over.
shine a light through the other side of the board. There
Ooh.
we go. Yep, there you go.
So
So it's
no, they
going
both lay
from.
into ground.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's an RF bypass cap.
we're good. We don't need that.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Somebody was running some more than legal limit, probably had common mode into the power supply, and poof.
That's all it took. All right, yeah, this thing's rough, man. I'm missing all kinds of stuff. Did you hear me when I told you I was missing the front display chip?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, somebody's robbed the front display chip out of it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so I was going to directly solder and dedicate this little USB device just for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, I think there's like maybe just 3 pins back here on my 232 port that I would be interested in. And I need to be able to get this cable through the body of the chassis, but underneath.
So when you say the display chip, you're talking about that feeds. Well, no, because it's a TNC. Your computer is the video part of it. You're talking about that lights up the LEDs on the front.
This is my display. Yes.
That's
Sorry.
optional. You don't need that.
Right. Yeah. I just think it's kind of just my style that half of mine were not going to work because somebody's robbed my chip.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We're going to be in the console with this thing. I don't care what the lights say.
Exactly. Right.
Let's see. So this is my USB cable. And I don't know
Have
if this
you
thing...
my suggestion before you do that
Mhm.
is fire it up and go into terminal mode with a serial port, a real serial port, because this is where Jim and Tio had a little bit of issue with it. And then Jim sent me that TNC and I got it to run. And the difference is that I went with an old computer and I used a real serial port.
Okay. Well, that's
so. What I'm trying to say is just to simplify the equation, verify that the board boots up, that it has some life in it, and then go ahead and upgrade it to USB. That would be my suggestion, so that you're not.
I would love to, but I think this is our only option.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any other means.
Well, in that case, tune for low smoke.
What's great about this device is that you can on the fly switch it from 3.3 to 5 volts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's where a lot of people run into problems. I need to get here, but on the back side, but I need my wiring to come through the top. And I think I'm probably gonna. I don't think I'm ever gonna use these RCA connectors on the back. I don't even know what they're for.
Push to talk.
What they are? They triggers. Where's the back? Here it is. Key out, and then yeah.
Who makes this box?
This is Advanced Electronic Applications.
Oh, okay. Yep. It's the upgraded version of the one that I got.
Upgraded. I don't feel very upgraded. I don't think I'm ever going to use the RCA though, is my point. And I think that this would be a great place for me to at least come into the box through the back. I could just zap out one of these. I guess we could just worry about cosmetics later and just go directly to soldering.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a pin out. And let me get a power supply and a cold beer.
There you go.
Can you give me a minute there, Hollywood?
Absolutely.
Thanks, man. Hold on.
So what I'm going to do is load up another tab and go into the YouTube In case there's anybody in the chat, I know you're all talking behind my back. I'm sure I can feel it. I can feel it. And hopefully there won't be any echo. I'll mute everything.
Power supply. Switch. It is 5 volts.
He isn't paying attention to us paying fans. Very good. Very good, Paul.
I had a pretty badass one. $15 volts, a little hot.
Yeah, no, don't put 15 in that thing.
Hmm. $21 volts. That's cute.
Now, when I do mine, I always put a bulb. I put an incandescent lamp in series with the power. That way, if there's a dead short, I don't let the smoke out. The lamp lights up full.
It could be like real man's 12 volts right there.
Probably don't want to use the 100 amp hour, bioenno.
Wonderful stuff. Yeah.
So the layout on this board is almost identical to the one that I have.
Power supply, cold beer, headphones. This is gonna be so sketchy. Should be 12 volts there. That should be off.
Double check the polarity.
Well, I guess you're right.
Sometimes center pin is not positive.
Right, it would be this cable at this point. I've got a light on this supply that tells me.
I would probe it from the fuse, which is B+. Use your VOM. Go from the fuse to the jack, and then you'll confirm exactly what the pinout is.
From the fuse to the jack, you say?
Yeah, because the fuse is always B+. They're not going to fuse the ground.
Oh, I see what you're saying. My fuse. So this cable I have here. Sorry, this cable I have here. I'm supplying it with this. So we're going lead. We're going lead supply. And I doubt this has any kind of fuse in it.
Is that a battery you're using?
Yeah.
Unlimited amperage. No restrictions, no bulbs, no fuse. Just
nothing.
Go for it.
Just okay. Full send. I swear I've got a better, like a two. It absolutely trounced my half amp power supply. So I guess it takes a lot more than that.
Really? That's kind of telling. That tells me that there might be an issue with the board.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I don't think it draws.
I don't think it's.
I would say 500 mils, half an amp.
Yeah, I didn't get any lights either. Like it should have.
Well, you won't if there's a missing chip.
Well, no. So it's like one chip for one side and one chip for the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's only half of Times Square.
Right. I was gonna miss half of it.
Yeah.
I would really like you said, a little amperage. Oh, wait a minute. It's like a 12 volter. That's a 12 volter. That's another 12 volter at 500 milliamps, but she's missing her head. That's okay. I'll try another one at 500 milliamps before we go full lead there. The way this thing's looking, man. This very one you sent Jim, is that the story?
Jim sent me his. Yeah.
Is that this one?
It's very similar to it. It's the same company. You have the upgraded version. You have a whole bunch of more LEDs on the front. I don't. And I have, I think, 5 push button switches on the front. And you only have 2. And one of mine was janky.
Positive.
So that got completely removed and, repaired. It was epic. It was brain surgery.
Helps when you plug it in before you stick the multimeter on it.
Those little copper sliders inside the switch, spring loaded.
Yeah.
Man, they're like fleas jumping out of the box.
I don't like this power supply. It's like 17 volts.
Nope, too much. Too much.
I don't know what's going on with this guy. That's probably why I cut the head off of it. Let me throw you in the corner. Probably right. Oh, here's my bump power supply. Let's see if bump is too hot for this project.
Yeah, you probably don't want the 50 volt supply from the Mercury Lux.
So if you try to find a 13.8 volt power supply, there's a tariff, right? There's a tax on a 13.8 volt just because it is what it is. All right, so here we got 14.4. It's a little hot, but I don't think it's out of spec for what we're doing. What do you say? Should I go find 12?
I would put a bulb in series.
A bulb? I can find a bulb. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a power supply? That's a perfectly wrapped power supply. Well, we're near you. Nope, 24 volts. That's why it is dusty. All right, well, plan B. I have a 12 volt computer power supply, but we're still running into the all amperage problem. And an incandescent bulb. I'll make a poor man's fuse and just use a single hair on this power supply.
Well, if you really want that, get a stick of Wrigley's chewing gum. Get the foil. Get ready.
Some foil. I got a Modelo's cap around here somewhere. Let's see. I'm willing to bet that it's either going to do something or nothing.
Oh, it'll do something.
Yeah.
Of that, I'm sure.
I'm willing to look one more time if you are for something a little bit less brutal on startup.
Yep.
Right. Let me.
Last thing I saw, Doc, was a blinding flash.
All right. You been doing any radio lately?
All day long.
On voice or?
Oh yeah, always voice. Yeah, I listen 90 to 95%. I listen to the antics. the antics on the antiques. Tonight it was giving advice of how to tune a linear amplifier.
Oh my God!
I bit my lip so many times I'm bleeding all over the floor.
Oh no!
I don't dare key up because it's just you're asking for trouble. But
I found out The military has since moved to 93 ohms.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, good. I found these. That's exactly what I needed.
So there'll be a whole bunch of 93 ohm coax on Canal Street soon.
Give away all my power supplies.
Ape says disconnect the flex and use that power supply.
$15 at 6 amps. 12-volt game, low current draw. See, I need a variable power supply. That's what I need. One day.
You do. You do. Absolutely.
I've been repping it. No, I do not.
You know, Jim is collecting Astrons now like it's going out of style. He's got probably 10 of them now.
He's collecting Astrons?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he can. Because he's got too many scopes. I don't know.
Astron power supplies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have a friend that is that way with microphones at the moment.
Mm-hmm. In your travels, when you get to a ham flea market, see if you can pick up, I highly recommend the old Heathkit power supply. Not the one for the tubes, but the bench supply that does 15 volt at about 5 amp. And the reason why, that's what I have here, but the reason why I suggest that one is you can also dial up how many amps you want. And you can take the leads and short them together and walk away. And it's not going to go anywhere.
Oh, it doesn't care, huh?
No, it's a tank. It's an absolute tank. Yeah. They're big, they're heavy, and so they'll be reasonable money versus something that you get online.
Yeah. Well, trying to think here. Where would I keep? I don't know where they all are. I swear, I've only ever.
We had 10. We had 10 viewers, and Hollywood came on, and now they're down to 6. So
I wouldn't. I'm not too concerned about that. It's it's party time. It's not time to be screwing around with this and watching me fumble about. Well, I'm gonna look for like one more minute for something, just to say that I gave it a shot. Maybe. What do you? 12 pairs. I found it immediately. All right. It's even got the right head on it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, let's get rid of this dangerous lead bomb here. And I love this little multimeter. 8 gave me this thing. The supply for my radio? Yeah, but the problem is that we're trying to sidestep the unlimited amperage bit, and my supply for my radio is like 25 amps. Hey, 12.3, and the polarity is correct. Let's plug it in. Oh, there's Ape right there. Nobody told me Ape was hanging out. Hey, man.
Hey, look, I can't take it anymore. You got to take down the comment from Prep and Paul, and then you need to make you the focal point of the.
Yes.
Thanks for the backup there. And I just joined because Hollywood's on here, and I've never streamed with Hollywood.
Isn't it a beautiful thing?
My life's fulfilled. I feel complete.
I'm complete, right?
It's full circle. We can start selling all the ham equipment.
Right.
Hey, we can talk about balance and balanced line and all kinds of stuff now.
We sure can. Zig, make you big. So along the bottom, there should be different display options with you being the big square.
And big in me, huh? So I'm going through OBS.
And big in yourself.
Talk about like this?
No. With your
full screen.
Yeah, in StreamYard, you have the option to make you big. So along the bottom, right below where you see all of our lovely faces, there should be different squares. And one of those squares will have like a big square. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Now in OBS, you just need to swap your two. So that way we can see the board. There we go.
Thanks, man.
That's what I'm here for. And where's Prepe and Paul? Why isn't he in here?
Oh, he probably came and I missed him.
He's probably still doing his eyebrows.
He was It's 30 minutes on the feet vibrator. Remember?
He's being a wise guy.
I'm gonna press this power button. Let's see if anything awful happens. Ooh! Oh shit! Oh! I've got power. I've got power. All right, next.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Let's get a soldering iron. And I found these things, which is great. And I need to find out what these do real quick. And it looks like I need red, green, blue, and black.
One's a Gazinta, the other's a Gazauta.
Ah, okay. Blue.
Them's what they call the DuPont pins, right?
These are the DuPonters, and they are a dime a dozen. And all the ones that you don't use after you peel them off, you just throw them away.
There's radials.
Yeah. Little tiny little radials, right? It's the new Poseidon radial kit.
Right.
So I need to pull up this order and see if I can't get a pin out. What were we going to say, Abe?
I was going to say, Hollywood was talking about offering some help to somebody. Sometimes the help that people need is just to be quiet, though, right? Because, you know, they never receive it well.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Oh, there's no turning back. Look at that.
Wackadoo. All right, let's
that board is live, right?
That board is live.
I was going to say, because you've got you got, yeah, there you go. Thank you. I feel better.
There was a blinking LED on that thing.
Oh my gosh, this voltage regulator?
Hot.
Are you kidding me?
Smoking.
Is that, they just did that back in the day?
Yeah.
Is that a 12 ounce? I mean, 12, you see where my mind is. Is that a 12 volt device?
Yeah. I think.
And where that
volts, actually.
Where that chip was missing, it looks like it might have never been populated.
Oh no, it was. There's a little pin sticking out of it.
No, I mean where the chip was on the.
Oh, the chip. Oh, that it had never been populated?
Yeah, no, right there.
No, there's a chip. I see flux. Somebody stole that bitch. Somebody desoldered it. I swear it, because all these lights over here don't work because of that.
We don't have a schematic, I'm going to assume.
How rude.
I've got a schematic.
Do you know what that chip is?
It's the display chip. It's supposed to give me like half of these, and this one's responsible for the other half. I don't know why I've got 2 here though.
So it's probably the same as that other one. So if you got the part number, we could probably see if we can find one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's the exact same part.
What's the model number of this box?
Oh, you know what? My Zilog is really hot too. Is it supposed to be like Jesus criminy? I don't know about this. That's a lot of current. This is smoking hot. Both my Zylogs are like crazy hot. Well, let me find out what the pinout for this serial is, and then let me see if I can't identify those pins here and see if I can solder that this evening real quick. All I got is 4 wires to solder. I just need to line them up. So
those chips may be getting too much juice. That voltage regulator may be out. It's either a 5 or an 8 on the regulator.
LM3171.
Might be variable then, and it's fixed with a Zener.
LM3171. A Zener?
It's 0.1A adjustable regulator.
It's an adjust right.
All right, so it handles the current. I assume 0.1
should be 0.1 amp.
See, I get static lights. My 2 Zilog. Oop, nope. That is way too hot. The thing's shorted. That's a bummer. You know, when like the heat's so hot, like you feel like.
Yeah, if you can't keep your finger on it, it's too hot.
Yeah. Ouch. All right. It's gonna be a short stream.
We got a coffee warmer now.
I do. Man, that's okay. I'll get another one. These things are seemingly more findable.
Well, if you have a bulb, you can put the bulb in line. You can pull that chip, and then see if the bulb goes out, or just put your ammeter in line. Take your VOM, put it on milliamp, put it in series. You see what the thing's drawing. Pull that chip out.
Oh no.
That one doesn't measure.
That won't do current. I'll have to go out to the car to get my current meter.
But that one that is red, that meter that you got that's red, Ziggy, should be able to do it.
You sent me a red one?
It's got the scope on it.
Oh,
if you've got a scope, we're styling.
Okay. Let's bust out the scope. I must say I'm a little intimidated by this thing sometimes. It's way too pocketable. I've got a scope I use at work, and it's like the size of a old phone book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, it's got silicone wires. Input, common. It's got 3 spots here. Okay, that's all amperage. Amperage is going to be behind here. Yep. Fused at 20, and then this is 2000 amps max. This is like sensing. That in common. All right, let's change modes. Let's see.
I'm assuming that 2000 amps, they forgot to carry the 1 or something.
I'm not quite sure. It's 2,000 right there. All right, so we are in DC. So wave this scope DC. All right, and then
There should be a mode button somewhere.
DC. It's just gonna be DC amps, I think.
Oh,
Right.
no, hit down. It'll show you AC, but you want to use DC for this.
I was in DC. And then, so it's flashing these two, which is not what I want. I wanted to flash this one for amperage.
So that means that's the jacks that you plug the probes into.
For DC, I want to do an amperage draw test.
So you want to move the red one over to the far right.
I gotcha. I think it's milliamps.
But make sure you're
So-
on amps instead of volts.
Amps and not milliamps, right?
Am I on amps yet?
I can't see.
Is it auto ranging? Oh, max is 30 milliamps. So yeah, I'm still in milliamp mode. Oh, it says it right there. This only handles up to 200 milliamps.
Then plug it into the other one then. The red one into the far left.
This one's fused. This one doesn't talk about being fused.
Yeah, it isn't. It has a shunt inside of it.
Oh,
So
excellent.
It's usually a 10 amp.
Oh, that's why it's 2,000 amp rated.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, go to DC. It won't go to DC. It's only AC with the big stuff. Yeah, it's only AC with the big stuff. This is AC or DC port. Here we go again. Milliamps. That's all this does is milliamps. I don't think it does. Yeah, it's only fused at 200 milliamps. Not your traditional amperage testing meter. It's okay. I've got another one. I know it's pulling a boatload.
Where's the Simpson 260?
Running out of
Okay.
desk room.
That might work.
Well, I was just going to let's power it up.
I don't think that one measures current.
I don't want to do current. I want to see. All right, so it's regulating to 4.4 volts and 10.5 volts. Oop, nope. Oh, well. Yeah, and this instantly peaks. Like this metal heatsink instantly peaks to where you can't touch it. So I'm going to say there's something wrong with mine. That's probably why Jim never got it to talk, right?
I don't remember if he was having temperature problems though, but I didn't watch all that stuff.
No, I don't think it was temperature problems. I don't think he could get it to talk at all. And I think I know why he couldn't get it to talk at all. Because I was going to skip because he was using an RS-232 adapter and a gender flipper and then a reducer, a 25 to 9, and then
it sounds like you're saying that Jim broke it.
It was crazy. He was trying.
I'm glad I didn't say it.
And then there was like an old modem involved. It was crazy. It was like this big contraption here that he had to do to get his serial to plug into it. I don't remember. I thought he had this thing talking. I don't remember though. And then also too, this up here is missing, which is just it just gets better and better. This is some kind of like centering center adjuster. I've got the rheostat and I can pop it back in, I think, but yeah, I think there's just something wrong with my board, unfortunately. Just outside of what I'm going to be.
Do you have a chip puller?
I do not have a chip puller.
How about a screwdriver?
I can take.
Yeah, that's what screwdriver is a chip puller. I thought.
I was about to say
right.
I can take a chip out now. Let's see. Just about anything.
Are they socketed?
They are socketed. Yeah.
Big old crowbar.
Yeah, a crow's foot, right? Yeah.
I guess Prep Hand Paul's putting his spray tan on right now. That's why he hasn't joined.
Yeah, it's okay. And my eyebrows aren't quite ready yet, he says.
Easy now. Easy, easy,
Man, I got this.
easy.
Block it out.
Yep. That was loud. Chip's as old as I am.
Beauteous.
Yeah, just slightly damaged.
It'll buff out.
It'll buff right out. So are we taking both out?
No, fire it up and see if the other one gets hot now.
This is going to be the lower. And then this is to the right.
Now that right there, that's an advanced move, marking the chip. See, that's something I wouldn't do.
Yeah, that's smart.
You know?
Let's see. It's the first smart thing I've done today, I swear. And power. Same shit. Oh, look, something's different.
Mm-hmm.
One of these things is not like the other. I have 4 lights now, and I have one of these.
Well, put your finger on the other chip and see if it's hot.
Got one of those now. Woo!
It's still hot, Hollywood.
Oh, man.
Mm, mm.
Oh, man. I think more current was going to that one because I could smell it.
Mm.
Get the ultimate finger prime method. Let's see. Oh, man. I destroyed that pen. How did that happen? How could that have happened? Is this my problem? This was my upper chip, and it faced the same way.
Well, maybe whoever stole that front chip used the other chips in their Commodore 64.
But right. What does it do now? Same thing. Same number of lights. Let's see if I got any hot spots.
Are you sure that's a 12-volt product?
It's 13 volts, actually. It says plus 13 volts. All right, so my regulator is not hot anymore, but it's warm. Oh, wait a minute. This chip's getting a little funky. And that chip is too. These software chips. Oh, my fax chip. It's putting the hammer down.
Now, I could be a complete dumbass, but when I search for LM3171s, I'm getting LM3170T and N and stuff like that. So I wonder
Oh,
if
yeah, it's a T. 317T, I'm sorry. So I'm still regulating at 4.4 volts.
Details,
on this one.
you know.
Right.
I'm still regulating on... Oh, there's Paul. Hey, buddy. Whoop. Ta-da.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Got my eyebrows.
Looking good, Paul.
So, we...
What? So wonder.
I cut them out.
All right, so now these two chips, they're kind of in between hot and warm, but unnecessarily doing shit.
Yeah, they're not going to be stone cold. I mean, mine aren't.
This one's
So
slowly.
you think those
They get
chips are
warm.
blowed out, Hollywood?
The two that he removed, yeah. There's
Goddamn.
something. There's some main issue there. Now it may also be maybe an oscillator that's not running. So those chips are stuck in one state. I'm guessing here, but you know.
Yeah, all those all the immediate transistors on that chip are just hung in one state.
Mm-hmm.
Now my this guy's getting warm, but it's not. I don't know. It's still like aggressively hot, but these two chips are getting hot. These two chips are stone cold. Cold. All this whole side of the board feels dead. This whole side.
What was the name of those chips that you pulled out of there?
These are both Zilog. Oh, one's different from the other. One's a 6848, one's a 8640. But they're both Z853. This one is a 30 APS.
I believe those are the ones that have the program, the software in them.
Oh, I thought it was these with the stickers.
Oh, yeah, you may be right. Yep. Yeah, that would make sense. Those are EPROMs.
And here's this. Oh, so ow, man, that's hot. This Zilog. Here's a Z80, right? So here's the main CPU. Here's all of its working. I wonder what these two. This is going to be I don't know what this 7 and 6 maybe. U7 and 6. Two Zylogs. Oh wow! And then my two programs here are super hot. This one's crazy hot. Well, what do you think, boys?
Do you have the scope there that you had there? Can you view a waveform on it?
Let's view a waveform.
Yeah. Go to the oscillator, which down by the front. It's in the front right as we're looking down at the board. There should be a chip there. It is on mine anyway.
Front right.
There's a crystal. In that general area.
Looking for a crystal.
Now maybe see, I can't really see because the camera's too far away from the board.
Sure,
if you could zoom in a little bit. Nope, wrong section.
There's a crystal on that board because I was looking at it earlier.
Oh, there absolutely is. Yeah.
It's on the left-hand side, right above it.
There's a trimmer. Yeah.
Right here?
Yep.
No, here's my crystal.
Yep.
It says 4000 KSS6L.
Right. That's the clock that runs the CPU. So take your scope, and I think that the chip between the crystal and the CPU is your oscillator. And if you probe around that, you should see a clock train.
What is this thing? Is it dead?
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a 16 meg. It's a 4 meg crystal, but they multiply by 4.
Well, that would be great if it's a bad crystal. That's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think anything in my life has ever sounded so easy. Man, easy and cheap? No, I don't believe it. You're going to turn on with, oh yeah, you like external power. Okay, so you just like to tear up your own battery while you're in storage. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You paid a king's ransom for this box, right?
For the
TNC, the broken down TNC.
Oh no, it just showed up on my doorstep one day.
Good.
Yeah. Let's see.
Like a lost puppy.
So these are two hookadoos.
One's a ground.
As far as probe.
So you see that? You see that capacitor right below where you are? Straight down.
This guy?
No, the big fat capacitor in the bottom right. Bottom right of the board. Below
This
where
guy.
the switch is. Yeah. Go to the negative lead of that, put your clip lead there.
My ground clip lead?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. And now we're just going to try to probe this crystal while it's hot.
Well, the first thing I would do is verify that the scope works. I'd fire the thing up
Mm-hmm.
and take the scope and put the lead right on the fuse, and you'll see that you have a flat line. You'll have 14 or 13 there.
Pop that hook off, Zig.
How
Yeah.
does that? Yeah, that was my question.
Pull like it's Saturday night.
You pull it like you got a pair. There you go.
So
The center tip go right to the fuse. Don't go across the fuse because remember the outside shield is. Hey, careful. The ring under it is ground there, Ziggy. The tip is hot, but see the silver ring on the end of the probe? Yeah, that's ground.
right.
And you
Okay.
were very close to the fuse. You would have had a short.
Hey, it's a floating scope though.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. I want to see anything at all here. Should I be able to see DC with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it? Let's see. Nothing.
You're on the
Okay.
frequent. Yeah, it's on there. See that red line?
I'm on DC. Is this wave generator? What are we doing?
Yeah,
here?
you're on the wave generator.
I don't want to do this. Oh, there it was. It's got a wave generator. I didn't know.
There
that.
you go,
This
there
is what
you
I
go.
wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say it didn't look like what it always looks like. Let's see even my power supply.
Well, the power supply is good because we had the LEDs lit, right?
Yeah.
Flip them up.
Yeah, we had the LEDs lit, but I want to see this work on the scope because I still have yet to see this work on the scope. I mean, I should be. Oh, okay. So I'm in AC.
You want DC. DC coupling.
That's the voltage range. That's the time.
You might need to go into the menu. I don't remember.
AC to DC. Now I should see. Run? That's a run. Right? Like I have.
All right, let's try it this way.
this
Just
voltage here.
take one hand, take your left hand, right?
Yeah.
And put the probe in your left hand and just touch the center tip. Don't touch the ground, don't touch anything else, just the center tip. Yeah, lose the ground. Take your fingers away from the ground. Just touch the center tip, right? Right. You should see 60 hertz there on that screen. Not across the ground. You get your finger from the tip and the ground. Just hold the tip. There you go. You got it. Okay, now there's probably a button on there that does like auto.
Yeah. Hey, you fixed it.
Yep.
All right. Now it's figuring it
Yep.
out.
Yep.
There's your.
There's your 60 hertz from within the house, right? So now you verified the scope works. Now hook the scope up to the power supply.
Okay. Negative
No,
side of this
Right
capacitor.
across the power supply. Do the power supply first before the board.
Okay. It's on AC mode.
Well,
Right.
I don't know what on this scope whether it'll transition over to DC on its own or is it now? Okay, so it looks like it's not running.
Auto.
With DC, he shouldn't get a waveform at all, right?
No, that's right. Should be flat line above the zero.
Mm,
I feel your pain, Ziggy, because
mm.
it's easy to bark orders from the back seat. You know,
That's why I always ride in the back.
the rumble seat.
Right. Just getting a nice beverage here.
Smoke them if you have them.
Right.
I know so little about what he's doing. I thought the device was actually giving him like 7 the middle fingers.
DC. I want to be on AC. Where is this bastard located? Right here. Right here.
What are we doing? Probing the oscillator?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I don't think you need the board upside down, though.
I can't get to it from the top. It's just a cap
sure you
on
can.
top.
Yeah, no, because you're not going to go to the crystal because that scope, even though it's high impedance, it's going to load up the crystal. So my suggestion is the negative lead of the scope goes to the negative terminal on the board.
Okay,
and
so
an easy way to do that is to grab the negative lead on the filter capacitor.
It's so far away. It's on the other side of the board.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
fair enough. Okay.
Can I just grab any ground?
Yes, you can.
Just make sure it's a ground.
I think this RCA will do
Right, or you might get a little bit more fun than you expected.
Good for ratings.
Man. All right, so here we are.
Okay, so you're not going to see it on the yeah. Go to the chip. Just go one leg at a time on the chip, and you should see a waveform on that scope. You should see something. So leave it on one pin, and then hit like the auto on the scope. Yeah, but leave it there for a minute, and let's see, because it sounds like I'm hearing a relay in the scope.
Yeah, it does the same. Man, I'm out of beer.
The board is plugged in. Has
Board's
power.
hot. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Here's something.
Does it read the frequency in the bottom left?
Oh, it's there no matter what.
Is that looks like 60 hertz to me, but I think the scope, it's hard to see, but it looks like it says frequency in the bottom left of the screen on the scope.
It has a counter set. There you go.
Yep. You know, it looks like that scope takes a reading and then it goes to sleep.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't recall it doing that before. Hit F1 and see if it gives you menu options.
Probe times 10. Well, that would help if I was corresponding to what my probe said.
Well, and you want the probe was set for AC.
It is. Oh. Yeah, we're still on AC. Let me help this situation a bit. I don't think I'm oscillating.
That may be, and I think there's also an issue with the scope because that should be a free running waveform. I should not see any ripple right there. If you don't have anything connected to the scope probe, I should just see it right, a flat line right like that. It's running now, and then it stops.
And then it does that.
Yeah, it shouldn't do that. It should stay running.
When in doubt, reboot.
Yep.
Still there.
So that looks like a DC that it's looking at because it's above the 0 line.
Moving at all, or is it?
But if you see the chevrons at the side, oh, maybe I'm wrong about that. Never mind.
Limit. All right, so that's voltage. Maybe we're just measuring too fast here.
Is there something in the configuration on the scope, like maybe it's doing a battery saver thing that it's sampling and then it says, I'm going to shut off. I'm just going to display.
I don't remember seeing that. But it's almost like he's hitting the stop button, right?
Yeah.
It's got a
yeah,
play button
right.
on it.
Okay, that's in stop.
Oh, and it's illuminated?
Now see where it says stop? On
Upper
the upper
left hand. Yep.
Run.
There you go. You wanted to stay and run.
See, even when I changed probes, it like didn't move the line at all.
See, that one said 28.6 volts.
Yeah, it's the upper limit for what we're reading.
No. That was reading, like, if you hit play again.
Me auto.
See, now it's, or whatever. Now, see how it's variable where that voltage is?
Yeah, it's trying to guess. 26
And then now it
volts.
just stopped at 28.6 again.
I should find something in one of these sockets too. It's not showing me anything of
Hold on
value.
a second. Where's your probe connected to?
Channel 1.
No. On the device.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's put that probe over there and plug in the probe that we're fucking using over here.
Okay. And it's fully seated and twisted and all that shit.
Yeah. 2.5 volts. Let's go higher. We don't need. Where are we at? We can go milliseconds. We don't need to be in microseconds. It's running. Auto.
It runs, it finds a signal, it captures it, and it stops.
Maybe the trigger set for like a snapshot?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, highlight trigger and hit menu.
Trigger source channel 2. That's not right.
No, it should be channel 1.
On a rising edge, trigger mode, auto.
Auto,
Normal.
right.
Auto?
Auto,
A single would be just a snapshot.
right.
Hey, it looks like a scope now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, that's what it was. It was the looking at the open probe.
There's a little dancer.
I
Where
blame
are we
whoever
at?
stole the chip.
Somebody's got to be blamed.
Mm-hmm. Scope court. So this is actually a really valuable lesson when I was teaching, because you'd get a student with a new tool and they would, use it, but they're not comfortable with, is the tool actually doing what it should be doing? You have to verify it first.
But yeah, I got to tell you, and the old phosphorus probe scopes,
Yep.
the simplicity of the interface makes it so much simpler than these modern,
Yes.
I'll say
Yes.
contemporary scopes.
There's good and bad to both. That's why you're absolutely right, Abe. With a meter, a lot of people just do the digital meter, but there are times when the analog meter really outshines the digital. If you're doing an alignment, you're tweaking, a coil or something or other, you got to use the analog.
Well, yeah,
And then
because you
there are
can
times when
see.
because you can see it moving. I can see it out of the corner of my eye.
Well, you
I
got
don't
good
need-
eyes. I'd have to put my reading glasses on.
Well, I've got the glasses going and I'm soldering something, but I'm probing. And all I need to see is the meter going halfway up the scale, or is it going all the way to the right, or, a quarter of the way up? I don't need to take a number reading. I just need to see that there's movement. And that shows me that there is voltage at that point. If I need to take a read, I'll turn my head and I'll actually read the meter. So this is good. This is good. This is alive.
No, I was making those marks by testing on this LED here.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. That's a
yep.
noisy pin.
Well, you've got an oscillation there, which is good. Your trace speed is way too slow.
I think I passed that harmonic. Oh, hey.
Yep.
And here I go running out of wire again. I'm gonna have to make an extension or something. This is killing me. Tagging off of there seems to be the ticket, though. As far as ground.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still getting all hot?
Oh yeah. Yeah, my it's doing work, as they say. Let's see, ground is here.
Hey, watch out, wizard. How you doing?
Where's that first pin? Where's that noisy cricket at? That guy. I got a noisy cricket here. Not so much. How about here? So this pin 1,
Mm-hmm.
I got this nice thing going on.
It's still not giving a frequency reading though.
Right.
12 kilohertz.
Do that again, son.
I'm trying.
Now I'm saying it went up to 48. I'm wondering if that is a measurement for channel 2 though. Right? Like, so when you add measurements to it, it'll tell you to pick a channel when you add them. And since it was set to default to channel 2, I'm wondering. Easy way to test that would just be switch the probe cable to channel 2 and see if it changes.
Here's the noisy cricket line. And I don't think we're even... No, I've got channel 2 off right here.
All right, never mind then.
Yeah, channel 2 is off. Sorry.
Because like with my Rigel, when you set a measurement, you have to pick a channel.
Yeah, so here I'm touching it. This is good. I'm flip-flopping.
That was saying around 16, 17 for the frequency. Now it's up to 9. It went up to 100.
For the noisy cricket pin.
Yeah, and that jumping up and down is usually a bad ground.
It's voltage. Let's play with time. Full time. Hey, look at that. Wish I could change the scale. That would be great.
You can. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Auto. 2.45 megahertz. That looks like an oscillation crystal to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. A little saggy on the clap there, but I'm okay with that. I'm used to that.
Yeah, it's ringing a little bit on the bottom, but that's all right.
That's
Should be a
fine.
square wave.
Let's see. So that's noisy pin here. Do I get a noisy cricket pin on the lowered one? No. Am I passing my signal from one to the other? Probably. So let's stay with the upper one and check all these pins. See if there's anything else attempting to send any kind of high or low state. You know, Ape, I really love this scope, but I'm really into like my Rigol scope. I don't even know how to use it, but it's just like a 7300. You just turn it on and you're instantly like, you press the auto button and you're a gangster.
Right, you're doing the thing.
Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't even, you don't even know how to use it. Like, throw away the manual, just press. The menus are so intuitive. So I've got one noisy cricket and I've got no voltage to this entire chip anywhere. I didn't see any high pin. So where the hell is it getting current?
Well, it's a good question.
Is it getting current? No, it can't be getting current from the load chip. Come on. This doesn't make sense. Are you getting hot from the crystal? Is the crystal pumping too much? It's the only place it could be getting anything from. It's a 9-volt signal too. I don't know what the Bmax is all about, but I see 9.3 volts. I'm assuming that's the voltage on this pin. I got nothing on this lower socket. Just doing a drag sweep because I know nobody's home. But they were both getting hot, right? Yeah, it was both chips. Yeah. Well, might be time for.
What do you? So what? Ooh, the scope just went out.
Yeah.
Poof, poof.
Just trying to keep the RF out of the scope.
The battery said it was good.
Yeah, I probably just got tired of my shit.
So what are you looking for? Voltage on one of the pins on the socket?
I'm looking for anything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Trying to see if there's like a high anywhere.
Is the scope on AC coupling?
Oh, we are in AC. Let's change this over to DC.
Put it on DC, then you'll see, and then you'll read the DC. Yep. There you go.
There's high. Got high here. We got high here. All right. So we got, and then we're at 250 nanoseconds. If I go to my lovely pin here, she's still there. I got a high on the second one on the same pin. It's just a high state, high, really high, nothing, kind of. Okay.
You know, Ape, it probably just needs to be recapped.
You think all those? Well, that thing's, how old is that board?
Lord Almighty. I have not a clue. What's that say? Lower chip.
Easy, easy.
Push it real good.
Right.
Like that's how my father-in-law is. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. He's like, easy, easy.
Jumps to the edge of his seat, you know.
Yeah, one time I stopped what I was doing. I'm like, look, I want to be respectful here, but don't say another word.
I know this is your dining room and everything.
And that's the one that goes in the top.
Yeah, upper.
Okay.
Lower.
Did we just plug those chips in hot?
Absolutely.
There's only one way to go.
I had the power off right here. I had the power off right here with the switch.
All right.
Yeah. And then this thing
You see, it turned the scope off too.
that scope cares not about me. I tell you what. I would have not done that had I known that was going to be so destructible. Come on, scope. Come on, you. Would you just beep at me? Oh. Nice of you to join. Yeah, I'll have to sit down and read this manual one day. All right, where's my... That's supposed to be my fun pin. Not a very fun pin at the moment. Oh, look. You see that? It wants to play.
She's talking. Yeah.
She's being
what
shut
I would
down.
do is I would hold the probe on that pin and power it off. Just push the button, the power button. Power it off. Keep
Wait a
the probe
minute.
there.
This is crazy. I'm not powered on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Must be somebody transmitting. Ape, that's how I found my neighbor, you know. One street over from me. I'm with the scope and I'm going, and all of a sudden I see this waveform come across the old Tektronix scope, and it looks like sideband. I said, son of a gun.
There's somebody around.
I dialed up the radio and there he was. 800 watts worth. Yeah.
There's another one.
He gave his call sign. I looked him up on QRZ, got his phone number. I said, you're coming over my scope, son.
Yeah, I was doing FT8 and I picked somebody up. It was like about a mile away transmitting on 40.
The nerve.
Right. I was like, hey, I had no idea.
This is my channel.
Right. This is the FT8 frequency is mine in these parts.
Well, watch the ground lead.
This is not a long enough. Who did they really design this for?
They're all like that though.
Somebody with little hands.
That is ridiculous. Here you go, boys. I gave you a little extra. Yeah, these two chips are smoking hot. Jesus. That's indicative of something being forced to do something right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not glowing yet, though.
No, it's getting there. I can smell it.
But do you think those chips are bad? Like, I'm not seeing anything to tell me that those chips are bad.
The scope said...
The scope is bad.
The scope said it's time to insert another quarter. Come on, you. I got this thing on extreme Windows power save here. It's going to be all the way at the end. Timeout. Oh, did I see timeout? Backlight time.
It's probably just backlight that's going off.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the backlight that's going out. 120 seconds. Yeah, let's turn that off. Okay. Shall we never do that again? Yeah. Ow! I just
that's how they get you.
Oh man, that was so hot. Look, it's different now. It's almost proper. It's almost a square wave.
The CV guys would say that's just fine.
That looks great. It's just high.
Yep, that's DC. Yeah, yeah.
That's supposed to be the fun pin on the second chip.
You know, you can use a clip lead and extend that thing.
I don't have very many clip leads, to be honest with you. I do not.
You need the Kai Wheats clip lead starter pack.
Yep.
It's got like 50 in there.
All my clip leads disappeared around high school. I don't know what happened to them. All right. Well, this thing's smoking hot. It's stinking up the room now. I can smell it. Smells like dried clothes. You know, that fresh, hot cotton smell.
You got any lint from the dryer and maybe some, I don't know, some oils or something? You could lay it on the front there. We'll take a temperature reading.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pass this one down the road. Good God. It's just sitting there driving just dead current into both of these chips. I would need a schematic. I would need a service manual. I would need a scope and a lot of beer.
There is a schematic. There is a service manual.
Excellent.
You'd need to spend some cash, though, probably on parts.
Yeah. I think what you've got there is a donor.
I think it's a
Get
parts.
get another one if you want one working, and use that one for parts.
I do. I would really like to have this thing going. You know, Les said that he's got one.
Who?
Les?
I don't know if I know Les.
You don't know Les? Oh, it's Tio. It's Tio's Les. That's what it is.
I was gonna say there's probably like I know every neighborhood's got a guy named Les who can fix anything for $20.
So Les is the guy that makes these cables, the handmade parts guy.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
So did Paul leave? Did he leave and come back, and then I didn't bring him back in? Sorry,
That
Paul.
son of a gun.
There he
There
is.
he is.
I know nothing of these. 704.
Yeah, and these little connectors, boy, these were hard to find. These were not fun. All because of this little tiny lip.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they get you.
No. All because of a little lip. Not even the right lip. All right, boys. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Sorry, Paul, I didn't mean to leave you hanging.
Oh, no, I'm glad I could give you all this advice so you know what to do now as you go forward.
Well, I enjoyed it. We'll do it again.
Yeah, we can do this again. I'll clean up my desk a little bit.
Like I said, I just joined because Hollywood was here.
Absolutely. It's a rare occurrence. What else is one going to do on a Saturday evening?
Well, I had to explain to my wife. That's a very serious thing. But she recognized your voice, Hollywood, because you were doing, I guess it was with Jim or something. You were doing a live stream.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, is that the radio guy?
Is that the radio?
That guy.
The radio guy?
He doesn't have his echo on.
Speaking of echo, that microphone, that lollipop ape. Did I tell you that he put the echo board in the lollipop?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's like the lime in the coconut.
Listen, if you want to upset people, go in 80 meters. Fire up that echo.
On AM.
Go to 160.
So I would be like, I don't have echo. That must be something on your side.
And a Roger beep. Multi.
We have a repeater here, and there's this older lady that always comes on there. And she's got the loudest Roger beep you ever heard in your life. and And nobody says anything.
No, they don't dare.
You can't say nothing to her. How dare you?
Right.
I need some beer. Need some beer. I've worked 3 days straight on nothing but Pentastars, ape.
Wow.
Yeah. We're doing the same job both twice on 2 different Jeeps, back to back. Ripping the oil cooler right out of the valley.
Mm-hmm.
Right where they hide it there. Alrighty. Well, boys, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Oh, I'm glad I got to join in, but I probably should be getting the Hallmark night anyway.
You watching the Hallmark?
Well, my wife, you know,
Oh,
she likes
okay. Oh, look,
Saturday
there's the
night?
FCC.
It's the early
Right.
FCC.
It's Uncle Charlie.
they're going to
It
get
really
you.
is. It really is. It's the early FCC.
Right, that's the early
Yeah.
rotor was just a dude on the top.
Yep.
Wireless Investigation Service.
Look at the guy on the right who's got a cigarette. Looks like a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Yep.
That dude's got, yeah.
So I have to tell you a story because you triggered me now. Okay. So
Yes, we got him. I finally got him.
So I'm at the station in Boston. This is a 5 kilowatt AM. I'm one of half a dozen engineers, and the old timer engineer who's getting ready to retire, his name was Joe. Great guy. This is in the Prudential building on the 44th floor. Okay. Now we've all just seen the towering inferno, right? A couple of years ago. So Joe he's behind the rack in the engineering studio, and he's putting in some equipment, some new gear, and he's got the heat shrink tubing, and he's got probably 100 wires all fanned out. Well, don't you know? Yeah, that's right. So don't you know, he's got the old Zippo lighter. He's got one that he just rolled up. He's smoking that. He takes the Zippo and he's going up and down the rack, shrinking the wire. And I'm like, Joe, you can set the place on fire. What the hell are you doing?
I've been doing this for 25 years, boy.
Well, that's exactly it, Abe. That's, I was just a youngin'. He looked at me, he goes, son, we've been doing this since day. What are you talking about? He says, and then he goes one further and he says, every engineer's got a built-in voltage meter. You whippersnappers, you put the 9-volt on your tongue. You want to read voltage. And he takes his finger and he licks his thumb and he licks the little finger on the end there. And he goes right across the line. He goes, yep, that one's 115. Ooh, that one's 130. Oh, there's 220.
That's great. I was lucky enough, because of my job, I get to do cool stuff. And I was lucky enough to meet the guy who was the comm for the Apollo moon landing.
Oh, cool.
And so when they were talking back and forth, like the astronauts were talking to mission control, this is the guy who was running that team. Mm-hmm. And he was showing me the pictures from the moon landing, the first one. And these guys were sitting there at their desk smoking, and half of them have scotches sitting on their desk.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what's up with the party? He's like, it was a different time, son.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it absolutely was. Yeah. Ziggy, can you bring up, because you were just on the web there, can you bring up a picture from, if you go to Google and go to Medford? So that's on the Mystic River in Boston.
That's where they got the good pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tower.
Mystic Pizza. No, that's Connecticut.
I've been all over. I've been all over the world.
Like Johnny Cash, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, but I've never been to Boston.
Oh, well, you're missing a whole lot. Let me tell you.
Is it Medford Tower?
If you go to, can you go to the Google map?
Yeah. Medford, Connecticut?
No. It's Boston. Go to Boston.
Okay.
Hover over Boston.
But it's Medford.
Let's get
Meffa. It's Meffa.
Meffa.
Zoom in.
How you spell it? M-E-F-A?
M E
Zoom in, right there into
Meford.
Boston?
Yeah.
Right. It's spelled Medford, but it's
Medford Street?
No, the town.
Is that what you want? Medford Street?
Medford.
Town.
Medford.
M-E-D. I'm being serious.
It's easier to just zoom in. It's much easier.
There we go.
Zoom
I
in,
was
son.
way off. I got it now.
You're still way
Here's
off.
Medford. Here's your Medford.
Go down.
This is Medford. It just says.
Yeah, keep zooming in.
Good.
See that river?
Okay.
Zoom in on that river.
Yeah.
Okay, now go to the right. Go down into the no, stop. Okay, go down into the right and take the map and put it on the real satellite view.
it's that square in the lower left-hand corner.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. To the left.
Which way we going?
Left. Just follow the river to the left.
You mean
Put that
right, so we're
river
going
in
out
the
now.
center. Yeah. See that green spot right there next to the purple dot? Yeah, right. Zoom in on that. You're on it.
green spot?
Zoom in.
The climbing center?
No. Go to the left now. This is like hot and cold.
Getting
You're getting
warmer.
warmer.
Go to the left. Go to the
Yeah.
left. Go to the left. Keep going. Left. Keep going. See that big green circle of grass? Stop.
Right
Stop,
there.
Stop. Go to the right. We went past it. Go to the right. Keep going. Stop. Zoom in. See that big circle of grass? That huge green. Yeah, right there. That's the transmitter site. That is the transmitter site. Keep zooming in. You'll see the two towers. Yep. You're on it.
Yeah, I see one there and one there. Are they
Yep.
Oh no, I see one here and here. Here's a
Yep.
reflector.
That's correct. And that's
Look,
an
some
end
poor
fed.
guy has walked back and forth.
Yeah, that'd be me. That would be me. Yeah.
Oh, you
So
you
we
tr-
had-
you trenched this path.
So if you look on the left-hand side, you see there's a road there. Okay. So there is a very nice metal fence. You don't need to show it, but there's a fence there in the woods. Well, Friday night, wouldn't you know, some of the best from Meffa decide they're going to come down and have a couple of cold ones. And they decide that they're going to hop the fence and sit in the nice green pasture with their girlfriends. And then, hey, look at the bottom of those towers. There's some big old metal. They look like iron balls at the. What if we throw a coat hanger over it? Zzz. And then Ape, and we tried to figure out, because this happened every Friday night. Why is the transmitter going off? And that's what it was. We put video cameras out there, and I can't make this up. True story. True story.
Because they're out there hanging out, partying.
Yeah. So we hooked up. So we're in the Peru, and we've got a microwave video feed. We're watching this all, right? And we're in the studio, and you dial up on the telephone with DTMF tones on the phone, and you can zoom, up, down, left, right, pan, this, that, with the black and white camera with the microwave feed shooting the video back to us, right? So we zoom in, and we're like, hey, you over there. Because we got a PA system set up, too.
Great.
Oh, yeah, it was funny as hell. Great.
The height on those towers?
To the left of where you're looking, if you zoom out a little bit, you will see it's probably 10 or 12 story building that was it's out of the picture. It's to the left hand side. If you zoom out, you keep zooming out. Yeah. See that big building right there with the black top with the two blue dots on it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That building right there is condos. And they built that while I was working at that station. That river is brackish. It's mixed, salt water and fresh. And that's why the station is placed there, because it's, the ground plane, it's sitting in the salt water.
Sure.
Okay. When they build the building, building goes up with the steel girders and whatnot. Before they put the sheetrock on, they have aluminum I-beams, and then they have galvanized wire that ties the I-beams together, and then they load the sheetrock onto that. Okay, so all of this time while it's being built, you've got the salt air from that river comes in and it corrodes everything, and then they put the sheetrock up, and a year later the carpet goes in and the people move in. The signal from that station, it's only 5 kilowatt, but the main lobe is facing right at that building. It's a north-south signal. It's not broadside. It's in line with the two antennas. So very, very high RF at that point. And wouldn't you know, the whole wall is now a crystal radio. And they're hearing voices at 2 a.m.
That's fantastic.
Lovely.
So you said this is an in-fed antenna?
Well, it's 2 vertical towers. They're each a quarter wave. But one is fed 180 degrees opposite the other.
The wire going straight.
So they're in line. It's not broadside. It's called an end-fed array. So when we did the Boston Marathon, which is in due west of Boston, you can't hear the signal out there. The signal goes, north-south, all the way up into Maine and down to the Cape, no problem. But anything west of 128, nobody home.
Because of that building.
No, because of the signal pattern. Because of the pattern of that radio station. It's
this one's 180 out of that one,
north-south.
so it kind of does this. Yeah,
Right.
you get your bump like that. Well, that would be 360, so it would just be this way. Would be 180 out of phase.
Yep.
Or actually, 180 would just be a low to a high. Right, because that's be a quarter. No, wait, 180. No, that would be a full wave. So yeah, so it would be a north-south.
The Pixies are going up one tower while the other tower they're going down.
Yeah, so it's a north-south, huh? And then so what? Where's this? Where's the? What got turned into? Where's this building? Where the people live.
It's the one. It's the one to the left with the 2 blue dots on it with the black top.
Over here.
There.
Yeah, you were just on it.
Oh,
To the right.
I got you. Here.
To the right of center.
Black roof.
Right. Black. I see lots of black roofs.
With the
Sorry.
2 blue dots.
The
Though.
one with the 2 blue dots on it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Is this a blue dot? Are these
Yeah,
the blue dots?
that's it. You're on it. Yeah.
That's Kohl's and Wegmans.
Yeah, but the
we were looking
buildings
for, like, a
probably,
condo.
Kohl's and Wegmans are probably on the first floor.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I wish I could do the 3D view. That was fun.
I'd be
Well, I love the fact that they were hearing
West.
your voice.
Oh, it was fantastic. And then they tried to blame us, Ape. And we're like, what are you talking about?
Like, before you put that building up, nobody in that building could hear it.
There was no building. And no voices. Yep.
This was all
And that's-
permitted
that's-
before your time, son.
Yep. And that's a common occurrence on AM. And that's the master
Look at all
antenna
these things.
through. Oh yeah. A lot of rototillers going on there. I've been up not on that tower, but I've been on the top of the Prue.
Did these things rotate?
No.
Okay.
We call them. They're actually not. I said rototiller. They're really not. That's a. It's not a brand name. It's what some of the engineers call a certain type brand.
Okay.
These are not. These are. They're dipoles, vertical and horizontal. They're fed at 45, but this is a master antenna. There are probably 6. I've been out of it for a while, but I think there's 6 or 7 FMs that are all simulcasting at one time on that one tower, on that one antenna system.
Yeah, there was a picture and somebody went ahead and labeled it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my word!
Mm-hmm.
There's them filters, son. Them filters.
Yep.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Oh man!
But you said that's 5 kW, which really
ain't
is.
That ain't nothing.
That's not 5 kW8. These are FM, and that's
all the beans.
25 and 30 kW.
Oh,
each.
I take it back.
Yep. So it's got to get filtered out, and what doesn't make it through the filter gets dumped into a dummy load, and it might be a 5 kilowatt dummy load for every state. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Just one per, huh?
No. They're all that's actually not a correct picture, because that says that 106.7 is only on that one dipole. That is incorrect.
Yeah, these two are phased together.
What the? Yeah, but no, they're not.
Actually, this one is. That one and that one.
The picture is very misleading. You're only seeing a very small part. Each one of those dipoles is what we call a bay, and you're only seeing 4 bays, and there's probably 20 on that tower, and they're all time shared. Yeah, that's an old picture. That's an incorrect picture. That's before the master antenna.
2020.
Yep. Well, no. That's like an auxiliary tower.
Yeah, it's the aux tower. You're right.
Yep. That's the master antenna. That big one right there. You're on it.
That's
yeah.
The master.
Yep. And that's very common in a metropolis. They do the same, obviously, in New York, Chicago, LA. They're all time shared, and you've got, it could be a dozen FMs, and they're all feeding into the one antenna system.
Hollywood, when they have multiple towers for a channel in an area, and so they broadcast from multiple locations, kind of like a simulcast, but is that all? I'd imagine it's all internet these days, but you probably still have to build in delay, right?
Oh, not really, because
are you talking about like lining up the audio from the two different broadcast aids?
Yeah.
They don't. I don't think they give a shit.
No, they don't. They used to in the early 80s when we didn't have stereo TV. What they would do is they would broadcast the stereo portion of the channel on the FM. They would simulcast with one of their partners, and then they would have to sync that up with the video so that you don't get any, lip sync issues.
Like watching a karate movie.
Yep. Right. And then the other thing that they have to do is when you have IBOC, which is the digital subcarrier bands, either on FM or AM, they do line those up with the analog portion of the same channel, so that when your radio goes when your car goes in the tunnel and it switches out of digital from HD and it goes into analog, you don't hear that blip. It loses fidelity, but hopefully it stays in sync. So those two signals need to be lined up.
And we had L. Watson, how you doing, buddy, join, and then Colin and VK. What's up, bud?
Hey, that's cool. Yeah.
Sometimes, Ziggy, take a look at, you don't have to do it now tonight, because I'm sorry, I kind of took over, but sometime if you're curious.
Otherwise, I was going to blow something up sending that lead at it.
Go to Hull. Look at the town of Hull, Hull, Massachusetts. That's where the transmitter for WBZ AM is. And that's 50 kilowatt. It's a cardioid pattern. It's heard in 38 states at night. Amazing signal.
I remember it's like is it one of the biggest powered ones?
They're all, the AMs are 50 kilowatt. But they are grandfathered from, I think it's
100 kilowatt.
No, they're 50 kilowatt. They're grandfathered in the sense that they have 3 letters in the call, not 4. The signal is due west. It's a cardioid pattern. So very little goes out into the ocean. Most of it goes, due west. It can be heard 38 states at night, 6 provinces of Canada.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it used to be the only station at 10:30 in the United States. It was it's what we call a clear channel. That's not the case anymore. Yeah. So if you go the bottom half of the picture, see that that little pink? Yeah, right where you're yeah, go there, zoom in a little bit, go up, too much. Go up and to the left. And you see that area in the middle? Yep, that's it. You're on it. Zoom in,
I
son.
saw that thing a mile away.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, when you see the lack of green and they tell you RF is safe,
Well, no, that's actually because of the salt. That's not RF causing that.
the
Right.
seaweed's
This
green.
guy's got some
seaweed's
green
green
on.
though.
That's all I'm saying. Ape's kind of got a point there.
There's fishes flapping on their sides in that pond there.
Well, like if you look
No,
at
look,
DX Commander has a video where he's putting up his he takes it down and then he's getting ready to put it back up, his Nebula giant vertical
Right.
antenna,
Right.
and all the grass is dead. Look around.
All the
Everything's
leaves
Just
green
are
been
brown,
around.
the
loading up
sky's
that
gray.
soil.
Yep.
It's hard to grow when you've got about 200 watts of stray RF constantly beating through
I've
every
been on
cell
that
in your body.
catwalk. Yeah. I've been between those 2 towers.
Wow.
And let me tell you, it's an experience.
Test it.
Those towers, by the way, because this is my, I keep repeating the line that I only use resonant antennas. Those 2 towers are end-fed half-wave verticals, each of them. They're 181 degrees tall.
Wow.
So you can imagine the voltage at 50 kilowatt at the bottom.
Yeah, it's probably crazy.
It is insane
Hold on.
crazy.
I
It's like where you can smell the voltage,
Let me drop my little.
Yep.
Let's see if I can
Get the
drop my
street
little
view.
guy and then look up into. Oh shit!
Yep.
Look at that.
And the building on the front looks like a house. It is designed by Westinghouse to look like a house. It blends right in.
Oh my god!
You think you've got RFI issues? There are people there that hear it not on their space heater. They get it on the toilet.
They probably get it in their fillings.
Yep.
The next
And we used to
R
walk
infit
around.
antenna.
You could walk around that street at night with a fluorescent light bulb, and it would light up. You'd have lightsaber, going on. Yep.
Where's the house that's supposed to look like a house?
Zoom in and follow the coax. You'll see it. Yeah, you're on it. That's it. That's the building. That's the transmitter building. Yep. So if you drop
Follow
right there to
coax.
the street view.
Dude, it's like some real big ladder light. Where's my little guy at?
It's pipe. It's pipe. It's
Yeah, the
Aw,
coax view.
It's
yeah.
It's
Yep.
adorable.
Home sweet home.
Look, it's a big old transformer out front beside the front door.
Yeah,
You
that's
got to get
actually,
somebody out there with a nedger.
actually telco. You can't see it from the front, but there is, if you go to the right, if you were going down the driveway, which is to the right of that building, so nudge a little over to the right, yeah, and then spin around, and if you can zoom in, you take the jog wheel and zoom in. That little piece sticking out at the end of the driveway,
This little sign here.
no, look at the driveway. It's to your left.
Driveway.
Yeah, I just zoom forward. Take the mouse wheel and push it forward. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So the half of the building on the right-hand side that goes to the driveway, that's where the generator is. And behind that, you can't see it in this shot, there is a huge tank. And that tank has enough juice in it to power the entire transmitter site at full power, 50 kilowatt, 30 days continuous. Yep, there you go. And those
But the
tanks
FCC is not playing about their.
no. That station has a civil defense shelter in the basement. That's left over from World War II.
Oh, okay.
That thing is the flagship. They have a studio in there. It's it's tiny, but if it really hit the fan, that thing stays on 30 days continuous, and they can broadcast right from that site. Amazing, amazing history.
And that's where you'll get your
doubt.
War of the Worlds broadcast from when it hits the fan.
Yep.
I did notice those
So
trees
this
on the
thing's
front of the
firing
house.
directly west. You said.
Yes, the signal shoots due west.
The trees in front of the house are dead on one side. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, check it out. The leaves are only brown on the house side.
Yeah, go to the aerial view.
Look, you can see it right there. It's only brown on the inside.
Can't tell what that is. Some kind of array. What about the power drop? Oh, they probably ran it underground.
So, Ape, are you getting ideas for the
Yeah,
next
what kind
car
of power goes to
infit
this
antenna?
place? They probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just need
I was
a
thinking about making a
500-foot tower.
pretty. That that AliExpress telescopic whip Ape. I was going to make a small transformer, but I was going to impedance match it just for like one band, like 10 meters, and so I could basically have a half wave on 10 meters on a telescopic if I just make a little transformer for it. I thought that'd be
awesome.
pretty banger portable setup. But then again, I could just bust out my portable dipole out of my pocket and skip all the transformer.
you got the pocket dipole.
I do actually. That's what I'm building right now is my pocket dipole. It's gonna be pretty adorable. Head on. Phew. I need beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where's your normal Miller Lite?
He's got a Modelo. He's been drinking Modelo.
Oh, it's Modelo. Gotcha.
I've slid over to Modelo.
Well, that's the glass jar. That's the glass, not the aluminum.
The problem is Modelo is expensive, man.
It really is. Yeah, it's not America's most cost-effective buzz.
Well, it's because it's popular. 20 years ago, it used to be one of the cheapest beers.
Well, I get in line and I see these guys buying Bud Light still, and I'm like, did we all forget?
Mm.
Everybody forgot.
Right. Well, we moved on to a different news cycle.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I got to go watch some Hallmark. I had a great time, though. So thank you for having me on. And I'll catch up with you guys later.
Magnificent.
Take it easy, Ape.
Thoroughly enjoyed it, Ape.
He's out quick.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm gonna slide down to the county store, see if I can't catch a beer.
All right, Ziggy.
Very good.
Always interesting to watch the things you do.
Yeah, I was real excited, but I think Hollywood's right. I think this is a donor board. Maybe next time. It's okay. Hamcation is coming up. I'm sure there'll be 50 of these there.
Yeah.
You're going, right, Zig?
I'm working on it. So I've got my
Not 100
ticket.
yet. Okay.
I got my ticket. I got to pay for the camping tickets still.
Mhm.
And I got to pay for her ticket. But I got my ticket.
Sounds
let me
good. I'll
slide.
see you there.
They're letting me slide this year. All right, Paul. I'll let you
Right.
go, man. I'll check you later.
Yep. Thanks. Everything's.
see ya.
Yep. I'll talk to you later. Take care, Hollywood.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. All right.
Mhm.
See you on the air, everybody.
I'll
Bye-bye.
see you.
Okay. 7-3.
75.